This is not Jiren's maximum power, not even close. During the entire Tournament of Power, there was something holding Jiren back. This was touched on in the anime, but more fully explained in the Dragon Ball Super manga. Everything we saw from Jiren during the Tournament of Power was just a glimpse into what he is actually capable of. This includes the shirtless form that fought against perfected Ultra Instinct Goku. Jiren could not access his full power, and that's why we saw this major shift in his personality throughout the Tournament of Power. Jiren went from being level-headed, calm, cool, and collected to being consumed by rage. He went from only caring about justice to attacking the spectators of his fight with Goku. Understanding what caused this shift in Jiren's personality fully exposes why his power was being held back, being restricted. In this video, I am going to explain to you what's going on with Jiren and why everything we've seen so far is only a glimpse into his true power. Let's not waste any time. I'm gonna hop right into it. Do you guys remember why Jiren joined the Tournament of Power? Initially, he was actually fine with his universe being erased. He said if this was the way of the gods, then he was willing to accept it. But then Belmod, his god of destruction, the god of destruction from Universe 11, made Jiren an offer. This was left a bit ambiguous in the anime, but in the manga we got a more complete explanation as to what that offer was. Jiren wanted to use the Super Dragon Balls to wish his master Gretchen back to life. Jiren's master couldn't be revived by angels because he was killed by a demon, but the power of the Super Dragon Balls supersede that of the power of angels, and so Jiren could use them to bring his master back. Now, I just told you that Jiren was willing to let his entire universe, including himself, get erased. So how and why could Jiren's master mean more to him than the fate of his entire universe? In the anime, they explained this by saying it was because Jiren sought that which lied beyond strength. That's a pretty vague thing to say, but when you combine it with the manga, we got far more context, and what it boiled down to was that Jiren's mentor, his teacher, Gretchen, understood the thing that was holding Jiren back. The thing that stopped him from accessing his true strength is the same thing that allowed Goku to stand up every time Jiren knocked him down, even when he was expected to be completely out of stamina. The thing that Jiren's master wanted him to learn was how to properly use the power of teamwork to access his full power. Before you click off the video, please know that this is not some sort of far-fetched esoteric thing that I'm telling you. This was actually a big deal in Jiren's case. Something that was so damaging to Jiren being able to access his true power that even with his immense strength, Jiren's master Gretchen refused to recognize Jiren and give him his approval, all because Jiren was unable to learn the power of teamwork. Now you might be saying, okay, so what exactly is the power of teamwork? What are we talking about here? Well, I'm glad you're asking that, and I'm glad that you're sticking with me, because I think this is going to go a little bit deeper than you probably expect. So let's get into it. There is a running theme in the Dragon Ball universe. It started mainly in Dragon Ball Z, but continued heavily in Dragon Ball Super. That theme is the sum of the parts is greater than the whole. Again, this isn't something I'm making up. This was literally said verbatim by Belmod in Dragon Ball Super. It's also something that King Kai told Goku when teaching him the Spirit Bomb. It's the reason why when Goku absorbs energy for the Spirit Bomb, even though that power usually comes from relatively weak individuals, it gets multiplied time and time again, making the Spirit Bomb power itself strong enough to do incredible things. That multiplication is literally the power of teamwork. The Spirit Bomb becomes greater than the sum of all its parts. This is the reason why Whis told Goku and Vegeta that if they decided to work together, they would be able to defeat Beerus. And this was long before the days of Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan Blue evolved. I would even argue that this is why fusion and the Super Saiyan God ritual work the way they do. The teamwork of it is what allows the power to be multiplied. It's what makes Gogeta much stronger than simply adding Goku's and Vegeta's power together. It's what makes Super Saiyan God Goku stronger than adding the power of 6 righteous Super Saiyans together. Okay, well, if that's the power of teamwork, how exactly did this affect Jiren? And how did this stop him from accessing his full power? Well, this part is really interesting because the manga and the anime displayed this in different ways, but ultimately it boiled down to the same thing. In the manga, we found out that Goku and Vegeta, in their base form, their combination attacks were enough to push back Jiren at the end of the tournament. We found out that this is partially why Whis trained them, for the purpose of them being able to use the multiplicative properties of teamwork. In the anime, this was displayed a bit differently. Jiren kept knocking down Ultra Instinct Goku, and while in shock, Jiren asked Goku, "How are you able to stand up with no stamina?" And Goku lets him know that it's because he is not fighting for himself. His entire team is with him. The anime also had the moment of Vegeta physically giving Goku his last bit of ki before he was eliminated from the tournament. Not to mention the teamwork between Goku, Frieza, and Android 17 being what ultimately takes Jiren down, even though individually it would have been impossible. Now, the reason why the anime and the manga differs from time to time is because they both receive the same key story plot points from Akira Toriyama, but the production teams are different and they are allowed to take certain liberties while deciding how to express those plot points. It's obvious that in this case, the plot point that was most essential to Jiren's defeat was his lack of understanding of teamwork. The manga just came straight out and said it, while the anime showed us in various ways. This is why Jiren began to get upset. This is why his personality changed. It's why his mentor never approved of him, and it's ultimately why he could not access his full power. Now here's the crazy thing about this. After suffering defeat from Goku via a conversation with Toppo, the anime made it clear to us that Jiren managed to learn this lesson. This means that in the same way Goku is able to use the power of teamwork to stand up even when he has no stamina, or Vegeta is able to use it to access a power deeper within himself and achieve Super Saiyan Blue Evolve. Having learned this lesson means that Jiren can now use thoughts of support from his friends, from his team, to access even more power. He is opening and walking through the same door that allowed Goku and Vegeta to achieve massive leaps in their power. And Jiren was already the strongest mortal we've ever seen, stronger than any of the gods of destruction. So my question to you guys is, do any of you believe that the Tournament of Power is the last time Jiren will show up in the Dragon Ball Super story? In my opinion, there is absolutely no way that's true. If characters like Hit and Frost are now reoccurring in the series, Jiren is just far too powerful to ignore. If you agree with me and you think that we're going to see Jiren again, this all means that when he shows up, Jiren will already have likely embraced this concept of teamwork and is going to be much stronger than what we saw in the Tournament of Power. I can't even begin to imagine that version of Jiren. Keep in mind that at his current level, without understanding the one thing his mentor needed him to understand to move forward, Jiren is still strong enough to fight on par with Ultra Instinct Goku. He is able to compete with the power of the angels. If Jiren's current strength is already competing with angelic powers, and he sees a boost similar to the same type of boost Goku and Vegeta see when they transform or get a power-up, I think it's fair to say that that version of Jiren will be one of the strongest beings even amongst the deities, definitely comparable and probably even stronger than the angels of Dragon Ball Super. Let me know what you guys think about all this though. If you made it this far in the video, hashtag Monster Jiren in the comments below. I want to take this moment to quickly thank everyone who's purchased the Yamoshi book based off a video here on the channel. Thank you so much for the positive feedback. If you haven't gotten yourself a copy yet, there's an Amazon link in the description of this video. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hashtag Do Crew. Have a great day. I will be talking to you again real soon. Bye.